Okay, there's been some questions about my New Year's resolution, and they're kind of cliche, but I understand the rationale behind them is it gives you a nice, definite start point for doing something different. So, a little backtrack here. Before I got married, so we're talking, over 7 years ago, I weighed 215. I was single. I was going to the gym pretty much 6 days a week. When I was in the gym, I had lots of yard work because I had a house I was working on. So I was constantly moving. And of course, during that time frame between then and now, re-injured my back, so soft tissue damage to my back. Re-injured my knee, so severe soft. I was in physical therapy for my knee. My asthma came back. Actually, it's referred to as it's like exercise-induced asthma. So effectively, if I were doing heavy cardio, I would pretty much quit breathing. Then I severely injured my knee again. So in the course of like a 7-year period, I went from being able to do like P90X and Insanity, doing cardio kickboxing, which was like, wind sprints and throwing combinations on a heavy bag, to not being able to do any of that stuff, which of course was doing the DDP yoga. Now this time last year, I weighed myself and I was at 240. So over 7 years, I actually slowly gained about 25 pounds. Now the special thing about last year is on December of 2015, I switched to a different job. So I went from being 5 minutes away from home to 40 minutes one way. And of course, I do work in the food ingredient industry, so there's always food around. Always food. So I went from being able to just, I want to go out to eat, I could drive home, grab something, drive back. And there's lots of restaurants around me, to there's really no restaurants where I'm at, and I really can't go home during lunch. So if I get hungry, I'm kind of stuck with whatever food I bring with me, or whatever's available. And just, an overall just stressful period. So that was last year. I was at 240. I really buckled down. I watched what I was eating, did more of the calorie counting, checked the macros, did all that. I got down to, I think, 226, 27 is when I got down to about the middle of the year. Yeah, so I lost about 13, 14 pounds in about 6 months. Well, I was doing well, and then all of a sudden I kind of just stopped. And this is what normally happens: is you're doing well, and all of a sudden you stop. So, weighed myself this morning, and I'm at a 234. So I still lost 6 pounds from last year, but that also means that I was down, significantly lower. And when you were down, like 14 pounds by like the middle of the year, and I only down 6, it means I gained back 7 in about 6 months. Now I always tend to be a little bit heavier in December because with my wife and mine, the families, I have a November birthday, we have nephew's November birthday, we have Thanksgiving twice, and 2 Christmases. So there's 6 weeks of normally not very healthy food because it's all very heavy, and normally there's leftovers for about 4 of those weeks. So of course my goal for this year is to try to get myself back into better shape. In older videos you might have noticed that I used to cosplay. So when I was like 215, 220, that's when I was okay wearing a full body spandex bodysuit because, I want to be the person where it looks like I at least put the effort into to wear a full body spandex suit. So my plan, of course, last year I was much more intense, where I was trying to consume like 1,850 calories a day, which would have been about 1.5 pounds of weight loss a week. And that's rough. It's tough to do, plus working out at the same time too. So I'm doing 2,000 calories a day to see if I can get that to work out while I'm trying to make sure that I hit a decent amount of working out at the same time. So I guess resolution for the year, of course, to try to get down and try to maintain throughout this year. I want to be able to hit that 225 mark again. I want to be able to come back. I'll probably do a couple updates here and there. I want to be able to come back about this time next year and be like, I survived the the really rough 6 weeks that I have to go with, where it's just, here's a turkey and pie next weekend. Here's the ham and pie. And it's all really good. And, when you're surrounded by effectively cookies, candy, and then I go to work and it's cookies, candy, everything's like fresh made. It's difficult. It takes a tremendous amount of willpower. And when things get stressful, you're gonna have issues. So resolution, of course, is to try to, eat healthier, and of course to drop a couple of pounds. Not drop pounds of muscle though. So of course I'll be doing more of the DDP yoga. I'm actually at the point I actually can do the majority of advanced without having to modify too much. I have to modify because the knees and the back injuries. So for resolutions, I'll try to do quarterly updates. Be like, here's where I'm at now, and we'll take it from there.